I'm Taylor.
I'm Autumn.
And today we're here at the agency Arizona to give you 5 tips for beginner models. Our first tip for beginners is to learn how to be comfortable in your own skin and your own look, and especially embracing your own unique characteristics about yourself. I've been modeling since I was 13, and I've really learned how to be comfortable in my own skin through practice doing photo shoots and test shoots and jobs and meeting with clients at castings, and that's really helped me be more confident in myself and presenting myself to clients.
Yeah, I would agree for sure. And one of the things that I've learned is that not to get caught up about your insecurities. There's obviously things that everybody is concerned about, but from what I've learned, they can actually help propel your career a little bit. If you learn to embrace your insecurities, it can be something that makes you a stronger model.
Yeah, it makes you different from other models, especially when you do self-comparison with other models when you go to castings or you're looking at their Instagram. It's hard to not compare yourself and what jobs they're getting and what clients they're meeting with. So it's you got to recognize that those unique things about yourself are going to make you more interesting to a client, perhaps. Yeah,
exactly. And everybody's on a different part of their journey in their career. You never know how long somebody's been working at something or how little time they've spent, so you never really know, I guess, you never know where somebody is, so there's no reason to compare yourself to them. You're all just doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Another important tip is to have a wardrobe of staple pieces for castings and even test shoots, making sure you have a lot of neutral pieces that can kind of be versatile to anywhere you're going.
Yeah, I agree. We both have modeled in LA, and we feel like most of the clients there like to see you presented in a look that fits their brand, and by doing that they can kind of see what you would look like in their clothes, and that you kind of embrace what they are as a brand. Mm-hmm. And you can even do that with neutral basic pieces and kind of add your own personal style through jewelry and your shoes that you wear, and picking out pieces that fit you really well and you feel confident in and really show off your personal style, but also don't take away from your beautiful face and figure. So
yeah, and you want to fit into their mission statement, their brand image, but at the same time, you want to show your individuality, so you can add personal flares like a bracelet or some earrings or just some cool shoes, something that shows who you are in a subtle but noticeable way.
I think for most castings we like to wear something that's a little more basic, but also you can add more things that show off your personal style, like shoes or jewelry, cute necklaces, cute earrings, but a basic white shirt will never do you wrong. And also any pair of jeans, skinny jeans, straight jeans, any jeans that make you feel very confident in yourself and make you feel like you're presentable to a client.
Yeah, jeans that fit you well also, or just anything that can pair neutrally. But as for the more fun things you can do, you can take a long sleeve top, if it has a little bit of cutouts in it, then it can show a little bit of flair. And then you can pair it with some cute straight leg jeans and some boots, or even a cute t-shirt if the brand is a little bit more laid back, kind of showing that you can fit into that vibe, but also, just showing some personal style, pairing it with some heels, dressing it up.
Yeah, totally. And even cute sneakers if the brand likes that kind of vibe too. And then also for a beauty casting, perhaps you might want to wear something that has shows off your chest and your neck really well, and your ears and stuff. So something like this that's more of a V-neck and also still really fun and shows off your style and makes you feel confident is really fun too. Investing in a good pair of nude and black heels is a really good idea for beginners because it is great for going to test shoots and to castings, because they're such an essential that everyone will probably need in their time modeling.
Yeah, definitely. And depending on the client, you can always switch it up with a pair of cute boots or even some fun sneakers, just whatever it is, depending on what you're comfortable in and what you think looks best.
Yeah, I agree. And also, being able to walk in the shoes that you're buying, just making sure that you can actually walk into the casting and not fall. So that's also a good idea.
No matter where you're going, it's important to bring shoe options with you just so you have the option to wear sneakers or heels depending on the vibe of where you're going and for comfort as well.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you're both comfortable and you have shoe options for like a test shoot or casting that you're going to. If you need nude heels for that and you're wearing sneakers, you're going to want to be prepared for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially in a city, LA especially, it's very important. I've learned to always have a pair of sneakers. You know, one time I had to walk 3 blocks in stilettos to get to a casting, and just depending on parking, it's always nice to have options.
Yeah, you want to be comfortable when you get there. You don't want to be in a bad mood from walking around in heels. Yeah, especially. Our third model tip would be to get a thick skin because there's going to be a lot of rejection, but it's also going to have some great rewards with modeling. So everything kind of has to be with a thick skin whenever you go into a casting. So what's your experience with that?
One of my experiences that I will never forget is I was going to a casting and it was in a super hectic area of the city and parking was a disaster. There was construction everywhere. At the time the client wasn't answering, and so I was super stressed about that. And so when I did go into the casting, my focus was, shifted. It was a little bit withdrawn because I was thinking about all these things that just happened. And so I think that had an impact, but what I've learned from that is, to reflect and kind of learn what you did wrong and, don't let it happen again. So now I've learned before I go into a casting, it's important to kind of take a breath and center myself and, calm down, make sure I'm going in there focused.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I would also say, like, when you do go into a casting and you're leaving or whatever and you don't hear an immediate yes from your agent or the client, it doesn't mean you're never gonna ever work for them. It's just sometimes you have to meet with them a few times and then you'll get a yes in a few years. You never know. They're gonna keep those photos that they take of you at the casting. So it's important to always put your best foot forward, and you never know. You're gonna get a yes probably eventually. It just takes consistency and time.
Exactly. And another thing that I've learned in my experiences is that you're going to get a lot of no's. It's a very rejection heavy industry just because there's so many beautiful models, but the 50 no's that you might get won't matter because eventually you're going to get that yes, and that yes is what matters.
Yeah, it feels so rewarding. I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how do you get over not getting a job that you wanted?
That's definitely something you deal with a lot as a model, but I would say you can't put your entire heart on the lineup for this job. You kind of have to remember that you're going to a lot of castings, you're going to already getting the opportunity to meet with an amazing client, so getting that experience is even just amazing and so exciting, but you're going to have to remember that you're not going to book every job, and it's important just that you're under the radar of that client, so even if you don't get that job, you might, like I said earlier, maybe get that job down the line when they're looking for something that fits your look a little bit better. So that, as well as not trying to compare yourself with the other models either that are at the casting or are eventually get booked for that job. When you do see that campaign go live, you don't want to be upset and compare yourself to the other model that booked it, because your time will come with that eventually. You will definitely get that job that you want, and that rejection will be not even rememberable. So
exactly. Yeah, there's so many jobs in the industry. There's constantly new things coming out and new photo shoots and opportunities. And so if you do get rejected, it's there's one door closed, but there are so many other doors that could be open, and you might not be able to see them at the time, but they're there for sure.
Right.
It's kind of a waiting game.
Yeah, you never know. Fourth tip would be to learn about the fashion industry, and obviously that comes with experience in the industry and that comes with time, but a good way to kickstart that is going through models.com, which is a great encyclopedia to learn about the fashion industry and their photographers and clients and different brands that you may want to work with. You can use that as a way to set some goals for yourself, or you can use that as a way to get to know different casting directors, so that when you're walking into different castings, you know what to expect and you know who they work for, and you can present yourself correctly and hopefully be able to work with them. And you never know who you're going to cross paths with, so different photographers you can look up on there, or different photographers you can look up on even Instagram, and get to know them and what they like and how to present yourself to them so that you can best represent yourself as a model.
Totally, yeah. And like you said, a lot of it is learning through experience. So if you're on set, you maybe get to know the photographer a little bit, so then when you do cross paths, you know more about the photographer and you guys have more of a bond and you know what to do. And even, talking to different models, looking up on Instagram, other models, seeing how they market themselves and how they express themselves. And just kind of getting a feel for everything through all of your different resources. There's Instagram and Pinterest and fashion magazines, online and paper, and there's so many different ways to kind of immerse yourself in the modeling industry.
Yeah, and how to get different ideas for posing and really putting your confidence into posing and putting your confidence into your work that you're creating with either a brand or your photos that you create. And I would also say, even like you said with Instagram and other models, getting inspiration from them to be able to market yourself and what you like about their profile and what you can create in your own profile is a great way to, because Instagram has become really another second portfolio for you. So it's a great way to show your personality, like you said. Yeah.
Our last tip is to practice. You can practice walking, posing, interviewing. For practicing your walking, what I like to do is, first of all, making sure I have comfortable heels to walk in. If you need to, you can start off with a shorter heel and kind of work your way up to, maybe like platforms and then stilettos, just making sure that you're comfortable and that you feel ready. And then, set up a full body mirror at the end of the hallway, play some music and practice walking back and forth. Or you can look up YouTube videos for runway shows to figure out how different brands have you walk and just,
And then for posing, I would recommend posing in front of a mirror and getting comfortable with what your angles look like, knowing what your angles look like, knowing what looks really great for you. And then I also had an agent show me a video of e-commerce posing, so it's a little bit different, so it's really fluid and quick, so you want to get your great pose across really quickly. So I think seeing someone else do it is a really great experience. You can do that on YouTube or whatever. And also the difference between e-commerce posing versus editorial posing, doing those knowing the difference between the two and getting experience in both, either through test shoots and then also posing in front of the mirror and practicing your angles and what looks best for you in both of those kind of posing areas. And then along with, like you said, with interviewing, knowing how to talk about yourself and knowing how to present yourself to clients and meeting other people on set with you. So being able to create a conversation really quickly is also really important as a model. And I would say that comes with experience and just also practicing with your friends or maybe in a mirror as well.
Yeah, exactly. And you can find your own different ways of how you can let your personality shine through even small talk conversation, whatever it is. With more practice, you figure out how you want to go about it and, just it's important to be yourself.
Yeah, and be honest about your experiences and tell some stories about yourself so you feel more personable with whoever you're talking to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Being authentic.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. We hope you found these tips useful.
If you guys want to practice your modeling skills, make sure to check out the agency's other videos. See you guys next time.